So welcome back from that commercial break, and we are on to our main discourse. Today we'll be talking about safety in the home. We cannot shy away from the fact that we have a lot of things in the home, both domestic, both health, that can affect our health, that can cause injuries to us. So we need to put those in place. We need to educate ourselves. Those things we have in the home, we have to educate ourselves how we can be safe in the home, how we can make our children to be safe, how we can secure our family and friends from home hazards, from home accidents. So we have with us today Mr. Bayonle Adeleke. He's a man of many parts. He's a man especially in strategy and safety management. Welcome to the show, Mr. Bayonle Adeleke.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's nice coming here again, and it's nice seeing you people. You are both of you are looking very nice and very beautiful.
This is the second time we are having him on set today, and we want to say a big thank you for accepting, honoring our call anytime we want to have.
The pleasure is mine. It's nice having you here too. Thank you.
Okay, let's go straight on to the main discourse, which is safety in the home. We want you to educate our audience on how to be safe in their home, in their comfort zone, where they believe that when they are at their home, there's nothing that can happen to them, no form of accidents and all that. And not that accidents are going to occur, but the little things we do in the home sometimes brings these accidents to come up. So we want to know what is it to be safe in the home.
All right, thank you very much. Once again, I'm very delighted to be here, and I want to believe that, like a common saying that says safety first in everything, both in the workplaces, at home, anywhere you find yourself on the road, when you are driving, in the church, anywhere you are, safety must be given priority. Even in the home, I want to say that the level of safety we experience in our homes is determined by how much people know about safety, how much they communicate the importance of safety among themselves, and how much we adhere strictly to all of these rules and regulation that is guiding the best practices globally in maintaining safety in our homes. And I think it's not the responsibility of just the father, it's not the responsibility of just the mother of the home, not for the children alone. Safety must be the language of everybody in the home. The parents, the children, the uncles, even the visitors. Safety is very, very germane if we want to live an accident-free life in our different homes.
Okay. What are these things we have in our home that can cause hazards, that can cause accidents?
All right. Everything in the house has the potential to cause accidents. Like professionally, when we talk about hazards, there are those conditions that has the possibility to cause accident in the home. Even your TV is an hazard, it's a potential hazard. Your chair is a potential hazard. Your gas cooker is a potential hazard. Your bed furniture is a potential hazard. Your cutleries, your knife, your spoon, anything that has or a spill of water in the floor is a potential hazard in the home. So you can't say because you want to live 100% safe life, you won't use those things. Some people will say because they don't want accident, they won't use this, they won't use that. That is not the solution to potential injuries. The most important thing is to identify those hazards and to agree that they are hazards, and you must work, you must do everything possible to eradicate them and to reduce those injuries to the barest minimum, especially among our minors. When I say minors, I'm talking about our children. They don't understand some of those languages that we understand. Some of them, they don't know how to switch the gas cooker on and off. Some of them, maybe after you have gone to bed, they still go to the kitchen, they switch the gas cooker on from off, and you just wake up in the middle of the night with your lighter. You don't even know that the gas cooker, which you switch up a night before, has been switched on. So that is a very fatal situation. We have had records of people spraying insecticide into the gas cylinders in the process of trying to control insects and cockroaches in the cylinders, and by that it was a great fatality. They lost their lives, and they even lost the life of their children. So it's very, very important for us to know that communication of these hazards and how to go about it will go a long way to help us in reducing accidents in our homes.
Okay, sir, I would like to ask you, what's the difference between safety and security? Because while I was trying to read up on this story, on this particular topic, I saw that, I got to know that so many people pay attention to security, how to secure their properties, their materials at home, secure their environment, without taking safety precautions. I feel that there is a difference. Let me quickly share a story. It was said that there is this woman that was staying abroad, and she came back to the country. When she came back for her younger sister's wedding, when they came back, she feeling that the country is not safe. She wanted everything to be in place. So the house, they had to fix everything, put iron doors, burglary proofs, and everywhere. The family, all of them were in the house, and they all went to sleep. And along the line, there was a fire outbreak.
Wow.
Yes, in the house. And when they got to the door, there was no, the key was not there.
Wow.
On the door. The second exit where they would have used to escape was through the kitchen door. The key was also not there. It was locked and it was removed. And the third way of escape would have been the window, but the burglaries,
Wow,
they couldn't use it. They couldn't use that, and they tried to break the door, but it is this iron kind of door. So everything, there was no way for them to escape. And as at the end, before neighbors would know that there was fire, they came in and they tried their best to open the door through the front door. Before they could do that, the sister in question and the bride had already suffocated. They died. So what I'm trying to say is that sometimes we tend to be overly conscious of security, not putting in place safety measures. What do you think about that? Is it proper, or should there be been a case?
All right, thank you.
Is there something they would have done to prevent that from happening?
Thank you very much, Rookie. I think we need to actually decipher between safety and security. It's very, very important. For me, I would say safety is like a miniature, or like I can call it a microcosm of security. That means safety, when you are safe, it will help your security. And I can call security the macrocosm of safety. It's just if this safety is in place, is top-notch, is on point, it will help you to be secured. And also, you cannot be secured until you have a very good safety measure being put in place. So it's, both of them are inseparable. It's like a safety measure in the position of a sine qua non to your security measure. So everyone is working for each other. So safety must be put in place before you can say that you have a secured life. So safety leads to a secured life, and you cannot say that you put in everything security. You can have military men guiding your house. You can have a lot of security men guiding you, but you need to understand the fundamentals of security, which is safety. So if you try to misplace that, if you don't get it right from the safety angle, your security will mess you up. Very important.
All right, sir. Thank you very much for bringing us far. And I will ask that we all know that we have a lot of safety in the home. We have domestic, we have health, we have environmental. There are lots and lots and lots like that. I would like you to tell our audience on how the examples of accidents in the home and the causes of it. What we put in place, what we're careless about, and they can cause accident, bloody injury, or they can even lead to death.
Yeah, good one. I think it's important for us to know that the first thing we need as parents, as a family, is we should understand the environment we live in. You must understand your house very well. You know the number of entrances you have in your home. You know the number of exits you have. If it's to be a very big house, there should be a muster point. A muster point is a place where everybody gather. We have that in offices and industries, where everybody gather in case of emergency, in case of accident. A muster point, you should be able to identify it, and there must be some emergency exits. Everybody should understand that. And don't talk about even those serious ones. You must be able to use the right tool in the home for the right purpose. Don't use the right tool for a wrong purpose. You just bought a bottle of soft drink, and in the presence of your children, you are using your teeth to uncork the bottle of... People do that a lot.
Yeah, even in parties.
And it's
normal.
very, very wrong. You don't use your teeth to remove the cork of a bottle.
Right in front of
your children. It's like you are using a wrong instrument, a wrong tool to do something. And it's part of safety measure that we should put in place. In the kitchen, you don't use your knife to do what you should use a turner to do. You are frying dodo, and you are using your knife to do that. Wow. Or you want to change the cable in a socket, and instead of you to use either a screwdriver, you are using a nail or you are using a key, and some people even use a knife. Wow. It's wrong. Those are the causes of accidents. And if you are lucky, you can only be electrocuted. If you are not so lucky, fatality. Fatality are those conditions that leads to death. Why, when we talk about injuries, that means you lose a part or parts of the body parts. But when we talk about fatality, that means life were involved. And we can actually reduce that to the barest minimum. If you can do the right thing, I want to tell you that safety in home will be tremendously improved.
I remember clearly last year I met a friend and I saw all her body. It was burnt. I asked her what happened. She said she was charging her phone and she was poisoning right in her house. Wow. And there's this electric shock that happened in their area. I think their transformer got blown or something. So it affected her. While she was screaming for help, nobody could hear her because they were outside. And she was not even sleeping. She was just sitting down, pressing the phone, while charged. Wow. She was awake. She was not sleeping. So the electric part of, they used this, what is it called? It was tiled, the parlor was tiled. So, right, she was sitting on the floor. Right, that's how it killed her there. The electric was killed her. It was burning her. And she was screaming. Nobody could help. Nobody could hear her until someone came in, maybe incidentally or so, and saw that, wow, this is happening. The person really went to go and off the transformer light before she was rescued. If you see all her body, it was burnt. Very burnt. God. And
everywhere.
Such a thing, all of us have phones, and most of youths in schools, in hostels, they tend to press their phone while charging, even use earpiece with the phone while charging, and even sleep with the phone right beside them. Wake up on it right beside them, even with the earpiece on their ear, and still charging their phones. That really causes hazards, and it caused a lot of accidents. Some students were injured during that process, some were dead during that process. So these little things we have that is really helping us to develop can also lead to injuries and deaths and all that. How do we curb this accident from happening? How do we secure ourselves from these things?
Okay, good. I think education is very important. We need to communicate very well among ourselves. According to the global records, 75% of the accident we see every day, I'd like to tell you that accidents happen every second. I mean home accidents, and most of them are practically avoidable. It's just about our negligence. We just take some things for granted, and that's the reason why many people are dying, many people are being injured on a daily basis. Like I told people, even while trying to lift up heavy objects, there's a particular posture that you should keep in place. You don't bend down and allow the whole load you are carrying to rest on your back. Your legs should be the one carrying the load. It's very important. And I'd like to encourage all the parents that are viewing this thing, that are with me at home, that you should teach your children how to carry load. Let them make sure that the entire load is not resting on their back. The entire load is resting on their lower limbs. Also, their sitting position at home. Many of us, even till now, irregardless of our exposures and our ages, we still don't know how to sit right. When you are sitting, the weight from your upper part should not be resting on your back. You are killing your spinal cord. You should ensure that your weight is resting on your lower limb. And that is the best way to avoid some of these accidents. Many accidents that people body posture going wrong, they are avoidable. And if you can do the right thing, you tell people how to sit, you tell people how to carry loads, you tell people the right time to eat, you tell people that when you are eating, you don't talk when you are eating. And in case that there is a crisis, there is always a way to do it. There's always a way we call artificial, whereby you breathe into the person's nose and you allow the person to come back alive. Or maybe the person gets suffocated while eating. There's a way you hold the person from the back and you just eat the person on the upper tummy like this, and the person will definitely come back to life. We have done that on several notes as a safety person, and we have seen it work. And globally, if we can do all these little things and we put it in place, it will greatly help us in maintaining safety in our homes. Then the last but not the least is the kitchen. Fire accidents can be reduced in our homes. And every home, I want to encourage us, you should have fire extinguishers. Fire extinguishers, they are those apparatus that you use to extinguish fire in our homes. It's very important for us to have it in our homes and how to operate it in our different homes.
Yes, we will continue with that after the short break. Please stay with us. Welcome back from that commercial break. Well, we still have Mr. Bayonle Adeleke with us.
Pleasure is mine. Always happy to be here.
Before we went on the break, he was talking about what the things we should have in our homes when this accident tends to happen. There are some, our parents, our Nigerian parents, they tend to tell us, don't do this thing, don't do this thing. They don't tell us the reason behind those things. Like, if we are eating the dining table, they'll say, don't talk. Even the Yoruba will say, Obalonje or Kinso Otobanjo. They don't tell us the reason behind why we shouldn't talk. Sometimes, and I know the reason is, sometimes all these minors tend to choke while they talk while eating. But we need to know the reasons so that we'll be able to caution ourselves and know that, okay, if I should do this, this might happen. Like I remember days of my secondary school, all my textbooks, all my books, I put it in my bag. My bag is always heavy. Per term, I use one bag per term because the bag won't survive to the next term. I would have spoiled the whole bag. And recently now, I get educated that those weights of those bags affect the spinal cord of those children. You see some people, they will have to, some will even have arch bag due to the bags they carry to school, and they won't follow the timetable, and it's not really their fault. Sometimes you follow the timetable to school and a teacher will just come in without even having the person at that period and will say, bring out your notes, I want to mark and all that. But our parents should look into this and tell their children they need to be educated before they can actually educate their own children too. So these things cause hazard, these things cause accidents, and if we do these things consistently, we end up spending a lot of money in the hospital, in everything. So I want you to continue with the things we need to have in the home, like maybe first aid, like fire extinguisher, like you said the other time, things we need to, in case this accidents happen, we can secure ourselves. Yes, we can secure ourselves before actually going to the hospital, so that soon we would have bring down the dangerous part and take to the hospitals for.
I think if you can afford it, I think every home should have a fire extinguisher. It's very important, and not only having it for decoration, you should know how to operate it. To operate fire extinguisher is very simple. It's just PASS, PASS. P simply means, we call it pass. P simply means you pull the spring. There's a particular spring, you just pull it out. A is you aim at the base of the fire. You don't put on fire extinguisher until there is fire. So you aim, A means you aim at the base of the fire. S simply means you will squeeze it. You just squeeze the pucher. Just squeeze it. Then when you squeeze it, the last S means you will sweep it. You don't kill fire from the top. You kill fire from the bottom, so you just sweep it. That is pass, how to operate a fire extinguisher. You need a smoke detector. A smoke detector is just a particular device in the homes that anytime there is smoke, a smoke detector doesn't need to see fire, smoke, even when you are frying your dodo or you are frying your fish. A smoke detector will just give you the signal that something is exhuming flame. There is need for you to be careful. Then you have the fire alarm. Fire alarm will continuously make noise when there is fire or there is excessive heat. When excessive heat is experienced, a fire alarm will just ring. Then we also need to have a first aid box. It's very, very germane. We have our kids in the house. Some of them might be ill in the middle of the night, and before you take them to the hospital, you need to give them a first aid treatment. Some of us parents at home, we don't even have ordinary paracetamol at home. You don't have plaster at home. You don't have iodine at home. You don't have hydrogen peroxide at home. You don't have spirit at home, methylated spirit at home. You don't have cotton wool at home. Then why are you parents? It's very important for you to have stuff like that at home. You need to have those what kids can take at least to relieve them for a while before you take them for medication in the hospital, before they go see the pediatricians in the hospital. It's very, very important. Those are what you have at home, and you must have the correct tool for correct operation at home. Don't use your teeth to open the cork of soft drinks. Don't use your teeth to open the cork of soft drink. You must have a wine opener at home. You don't use knife to open wine.
You're doing it in a manual part now. In case you cannot afford the wine opener,
it's not expensive.
It's not expensive. Most of these things are not expensive. It's just that we don't really know the importance of many of those things, and it's very, very important.
I've actually heard of someone that used his teeth to open, and the thing got the teeth pulled over, and her face was swollen. So personally, my mom, I don't even know how to do that. She doesn't allow us. Like, she's saying it's very, very dangerous. It's actually very dangerous. But I would like to ask you, with the story I cited, when going to sleep, is it good to remove the key?
No.
The door?
No.
Put off light and all that?
No. I think it depends on individuals' maybe your belief, I think the key should be on the door.
Yes.
But not
Back
outside,
of the door.
inside.
Inside,
The
right?
key should be on. You don't need to remove the key. Maybe because of the security, because it's not only the nuclear family available at that time, they have some visitors with them. Maybe that's the reason why they remove the key. But personally, the key to the room of my children, I don't even lock the room at all. It's always wide opened. It's always wide open and it's always lit. There's always light in the room of my children. I may switch off the light of my room, but for my kids, the light is always on. And it's for security purpose. While coming down from the bed, they might need to see things, and they are still very young. You should consider all these things.
Some might be scared of the dark.
Yes. It's very important. Most of those accidents, they are actually avoidable if we can do the needful at the right time. Don't do it when it is too late. Some good things are done when it is too late. The spill of water on the floor, dry it immediately. Don't block the walkway. Don't block the exit door. Don't block the entrance door. Don't have a wrong connection of your electrical gadgets. Don't switch on your iron when you are not using it. Don't put on your water pump when you are going out. Those things you must just try to correct the wrong. Then don't charge your phone overnight. We are used to doing that. Don't switch up the fan, a ceiling fan, when you are not there. There might be a power surge and electricity will just ignite, and before you know it, there'll be a spark. Before you know it, the whole house will be raised down by fire. Those things, they are little things that are actually avoidable. And every one of us, those of us here on this side, and everyone at home, we must know that accidents happen every day, and it can happen to anybody. Nobody is reaping the punishment for his own doings. Every one of us must know that all those accidents, they are avoidable if we do the right thing we're supposed to do.
Okay, sir. I would like you to talk about the issue of not picking your phone calls while you're cooking. Some people have claimed that it's actually bad while you're cooking with your gas.
Your phone,
don't pick calls.
Not only with your gas, even when you are beside your generator, when you are putting on your generator, because of some electrons, some electromagnetic electrons that emit from your telephone, especially all these our smartphones, there is need for us to always stay some distance when you are with your gas, because they are highly flammable. That's the reason why we should. And when you are at the filling station, you don't do that at the same time.
Okay.
Well, thank you very much for that. For giving us the in-depth of safety in the home. I really learned a lot. And concerning at the minors, the parents in the home, I would say if you have children around, don't put your sharp objects where your children can reach. You have to put it in the upper part where they cannot get it. Your medications, don't put it where your children can get it. And when we are using things like drugs, we have to look at the precautions on it, how to use them. Don't just use it, don't use overdose for your children. Yes, don't use self-medication. You have to read the safety tips of a particular thing we buy. Some particular things we buy have safety tips, have how to use. But Nigerians, we like test and error. We like those things, trials and errors. So we need to be cautious of this thing, because this thing can claim lives at times. So sometimes people tend to say, is the work of the devil. When such things happen, they'll be like, ordinary headache, kill this particular, ordinary fire, ordinary phone charging, those ordinary things. You need to be cautious about it and put them in place. And your children, you need to give them security. You have to be securing them at every point in time. If they are playing, you have to know what they are playing with, because some children tend to put anything they see in their mouth and they get to choke at that moment. And if you don't know what to do when your child is choked, definitely. The choking takes life at times.
I know of a story of a young lady that was playing with cork, the cork of a bottle, and she mistakenly swallowed it. She ended up in the hospital, and before you know it, they have to conduct a minor operation that took not less than 250,000.
Wow.
It was really, it was that terrible. It was a very, very difficult, a very, very bad sight.
Yeah.
She was already vomiting blood. Within just 1 minute, she started vomiting blood. We rushed her to the hospital, and it was a very terrible situation.
And sometimes these children, they tend to put anything they see into their ear, so you have to be checking their body sometimes. Check their mouth, what is in their mouth, check what is in their ear, check everything, so that to avoid this emergencies we have at times. So you have to check. Give your home a thorough check. We cannot do away with these things. We have to have them, but yes, we can be safe with them too. What do you have to say, okay, concerning this?
I'd say that safety is very, very important. It is our life that we're talking about. We are talking about lives here. We're not just talking things that are not important. And as humans, we all love to live.
Of course.
And for you to live, you need to be safety precautions. Take these things at heart, and also read up more things. We might not have been able to exhaust everything, but the little thing that we've been able to say, and the things that you also know, just put them in practice. Don't say that it is not just the small thing. It won't explode, or it won't happen. Let me just leave the iron on or something. Those little things. And then also cross-check the things that you use. I've heard of situations where some people mistake foil for kerosene. They pour it into their stove and it explodes. Try to be very, very, when we are talking about safety, it's the ability for you to be very cautious and careful in handling things. Be very, very, cross-check the things that you use at home. And I pray that God will uphold us and keep us alive, even as we use things and go about our daily activities.
Let's give our visitor to say something.
All right. You can actually make 2018 to be your safest year ever.
Of course.
It's very possible, and you have to be alive before you can achieve all your dreams in life. So make sure that you live a very, very safe life in 2018, and safety first. Like it's a popular saying, you have to be safe first before you can have that millions second.
Exactly. And I will say to ladies, keep your makeup out of children's reach. Keep your belongings out of that can harm the children. Keep it out of their reach. I'll say a big thank you to our guests. Thank you and honor.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much.
It's nice.
Great having you around.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ruki, for your contribution, and thank you, our viewers, for being there with us. So you can put in your comment on @officialGovTV hashtag. Keep it simple. I remain Miriam Holewa. See you next time. Stay blessed.